Today I woke up tired. Like I was no, I didn't wake up tired. I just got generally more tired as the day went on. Like I woke up, you know what I'm saying? Normal energy, just ready to go. Right? I was sleeping in bed and you know when when you're lying there and you think, have I missed my alarm? Well, like, I don't know what that feeling is because I don't know why I would have thought that. I don't normally think that when I wake up or like I'm laying there and I've woken up and I'm trying to get back to sleep. I don't normally think, have I missed my alarm? So that has to be something to do with like, I don't know, it was just a feeling of like, surely I've been sleeping for too long. I don't know what that is, but clearly my body's lying to me because I was tired by like 12 p.m. Obviously I'm up from 4 a.m. So, about 12 p.m. My eyes was like, I had to be listening to presentations and that. I'm looking at the screen like this. Yo, I don't think I'm gonna survive the rest of this day. But it was a hackathon. So we had the initial presentations, and then once it got down to it, and we started actually communicating some ideas, thinking through some solutions, actually mapping stuff out. Then I locked in. I'm engaged now. Now that I have something to focus on, that whole fatigue, that tiredness, it just went like that. And it's an interesting thing. Focus is focus is the superpower. Focus is humanity superpower. Focus is your superpower. Focus is my superpower. Listen, when we're so deeply focused on one thing, wonderful things can happen. Magical things can happen. It's the flow state. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the flow state. And realistically, the brain can only focus on one thing at a time. If you're doing multiple things at once, your brain is context switching between these things, rendering you less capable at each task compared with if you was to do each one step at a time. Right? When you can really immerse yourself in something and have a deep focus on one thing, you can go so far, right? And when I was in this hackathon, right, I was doing a lot of the coding, right? I was doing the heavy lifting. Do you know what I'm saying? So and time there was a time pressure. Listen, I was stressed, but listen, that's what stress is for. That's what cortisol is for. That's when cortisol and adrenaline should be rising because now I'm actually putting them to good use, right? And I wanted to do a snooze, but I knew it would have been a bad idea because I already felt, you know what I'm saying? I already felt like active, energized, alive. So if I popped a snooze, I would have got the jitters. I would have started shuddering because I used to pop snizzes when I used to go out, and I thought I was just cold. But when I go into new places and parties and this and that, the adrenaline that just courses through me naturally. So adding taking a snooze or doing nicotine adds more, and it causes me to shudder and shudder, and then I can't really speak to people, and then it kind of goes against the whole point. Now, and once I get into it, I think it's the initial moment of entering somewhere new. I think that's where it is. It's like I don't know. You have to be alert. You have to be aware because it's a new place. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know who might be there. I don't know what the vibe is. So I think the most important thing is that you just have to get comfortable quickly. Do you know what I'm saying? Talk to the person on the door. Talk to as many people as you can when you first go inside because you want to set precedents for how you want to carry on, right? If you go in and then you isolate yourself in a corner, you get a bit shy. That's how the night is going to be for you. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to start as you need to go on. You got to warm up as well, right? If you don't warm up, then when it comes time to perform, you're not going to be ready. It's like the same advice. If you're going to go to an interview, talk to the cab driver, engage. You know what I'm saying? Act as how you carry out the behavior that you would in the interview, right? You want to be engaging. You want to be expressive. You want to be asking them back questions. You've got to practice that from the day you step out the door. What? The day you step out the door? From the time you step out the door, you got to practice that. You got to know what's going on. But that's one thing. Planning is very, very important in the case where you want something to happen, right? If you really want something to happen, you have to plan for it. You have to come up with contingency plans for every possible outcome, right? If you really want it, if you want it that badly, that's the lengths that you're gonna have to go to. That's what these mentalists do. That's their techniques. They plan for every possible. They're watching you. They plan for every possible outcome, every possible mishap, every anything that might go wrong in the fact that I might not be able to read your mind. I plan for that. So if I failed, it doesn't look like a failure because you don't know any better. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't know any better, right? So you just got to keep that. You got to be confident, and you have to have plan through it, and you have to maintain that confidence even when the plan fails, and you have to switch to backup plan C and D and E and F. But yeah, man, if you really want something, you gotta go. You have to put time and effort. You have to plan, and you have to visualize it. Because you know what happens when you visualize something. When you visualize something, your brain doesn't really know the distinction between reality and your visualization. So if you visualize something enough times, then when it comes time to perform, your brain's already gone through this. You've trained your brain you've trained your brain for the situation. So you'll be better prepared to do so. And obviously it'll be better if you, instead of visualizing, actually acted as well. That way your muscles also have memory, you know? Your muscles have their own memory, right? So listen, use that to your advantage. You wanna however it is that you wanna be, however it is that you wanna perform, whatever behavior it is that you wanna exemplify, you need to practice that day in and day out. Every behavior that is repeated becomes habitual, right? So if you're laying off the behaviors that you wanna exemplify for the future, for the near future, when you have a better situation, fuck all that. Start now. I'm talking to me, bro. Like, because the situation that I'm in, I'm waiting. I'm waiting right now till I can really be, you know what I'm saying, be who I really want to be in a certain sense. But the environment that I'm in is kind of restrictive. Do you know what I'm saying? But I guess that just comes with living in the environment that you was raised in, where you have all these old habitual behaviors that are hard to kick because you're still in that same environment. You're getting the same cues and you're interacting with the same people. So it's so hard, so much harder to break out of those habits, break out of those behaviors, break out of those sort of relational dynamics. It's hard. So that's why you have to move out. You have to make your own. You have to make your own way in life, right? You got to step out and literally you have to make your own way in life, right? And the only way to do that is to, unless the people around you are supportive of your transformation and you're encouraging you on that journey, you have to separate yourself. You have to leave. You have to go push and find your own space and foster your own relationships and your environment. That's the only way. But listen, tangents on tangents. Let's talk about keto. I don't really have anything to say about keto except the fact that I was just tired today for no reason. I didn't really understand why I was that tired. But then again, the Sunday where I was waking up in cold sweats and stuff like that, it was because I was waking up off frequently. The quality was not great, and the length of sleep was literally like 5 hours and a half. So I think I'm just battling off sleep debt and overall sleep deprivation because I've been getting around 6 hours on average this whole, like, for the past 3 weeks, right? So it's like fair enough. And at the same time, I can't complain because I'm still sharp. My brain's there. So the ketones are clearly doing their job. The ketones are clearly coming in clutch right now. The ketones are supplying me with enough energy such that I don't feel lethargic and tired and this and that like I was last week, right? So it's a step up. It's a step up, and I've only got a week left to go of fractured sleep. So hopefully after that, then we really start to see the euphoric sort of effects that I had on, was it Thursday? I don't know what sparked that, but hopefully we can see that again. But you know what? I had it today, but that's because I was motivated. There was something motivating me. There was a goal, and I was really in deep focus trying to really hash this thing out and get it working by the deadline. And so I say all this to say, we need a goal. We need something that motivates us to work towards. Otherwise, we just kind of just lose it. We need some sort of guiding star, right? And whether that's God, whether that's religion, it's better if that guiding star is something that is not of this physical world, because then the journey is something that can be carried out throughout your whole life. Like, you can never reach it. You try and attain it, And the fact and the idea of putting power into something that's out of your control, in a sense, relinquishing that power instead of trying to control everything, is very beneficial for the brain. And they've shown this in studies. It's beneficial mentally to believe in something other, something that we can't control, something that's outside of what it is that we know. Because when you try and control everything, you control nothing. You can't. It's not possible. You can't control everything, and you definitely can't control the things that are out of your control, which is how anxiety is formed, right? You try and control these things that you can't control, and that causes the mental health problems. Focus on the things which you can control, right? Adhere to your principles and your values, and act in accordance, and let the world let the world happen. And by according to your principles and values, if you act out according to your principles and values in every situation, then eventually you're going to get the outcome that you deserve, right? And that's it. So listen, keto's going well, and I need to go eat some right now. Need to go eat a little something. Hey, listen. I don't know why I'm rubbing my hands. I'm just a bit hungry right now, so I can feel a hole in my belly. I'm still getting hungry. That's a good point. I don't know why I'm still getting hungry. I guess it's just because, I haven't fully fat adapted yet. But, hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Listen. The world's on your shoulders, man. The world's not on your shoulders, but listen. I'm waffling off. I was going to say something, but I've lost my train of thought and I need to go eat.